welcome. Good evening.
Love is in your eyes every time that you look at me. You can't disguise it, I can clearly see. You wine and dine and dance with me.
Welcome, welcome.
Now you're trying to find a way.
I'll do my intro shortly. Just come in and get yourself a drink.
If you want me,
get yourselves comfortable.
Don't waste time, don't delay it. If you want me, won't you say it? Don't be shy, don't delay it. If you want me, won't you say it? Don't waste time, don't delay. It's hard to say you wanna play, but that's okay. Yes, I will stay with you for a little while.
Kicking off with this track by Mandy.
If you want me,
her take on If You Want Me. Say it.
waste time, don't delay it.
Episode 25 of the Artist Injection with the girl Claude, aka Miss Ouch. I've got two beautiful artists with me here today. Can't wait to share their information with you.
In this big old world, don't think of me as if I was an easy score. Cause no one has ever made me feel like this before. A woman can lay with any man she wants. It's really up to her whether she do or don't. If you want me, won't you say it? Don't waste time, don't delay it. If you want me, won't you say it? Don't be shy, don't delay it. If you want me, won't you say it? Don't waste time, don't delay. It's hard to say you wanna play, but that's okay. Yes, I will stay with you for a little while. If you want me, say
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hello and welcome to each and every one of you. It is your girl Claude, aka Miss Ouch, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you who've made us your choice tonight. Tonight, I bring you episode 25 of the Artist Injection. Thank you for your patience this evening. All right, I am excited, I'm elated, I'm humbled by the two very special guests that I have joining me tonight on the Artist Injection. All of you in the chat room, I do see you. I'm going to ask you to do me the usual favour, and that is to share the link. Don't keep it to yourself. We share around here, don't we? All right. It's about elevating our own. It's about using the tools that we have to share the information. We know that the ethos of the Artist Injection is to share the art and the information about people in our community, and predominantly independent artists. Okay. All right. We are going to swap things back around because we've had a little bit of a change start. So let me just go back because I can see that the King of Lovers Rock has arrived. Thank you. And I see, if you can hear me and see me, Michael, can you please give me a wave? He can see and hear me. Hey, I'm going to bring you in a minute, Sir Michael Gordon. I'm going to bring you in soon, all right? Thank you for joining me. All right, so you guys, I think it's a good thing if I start off by maybe sharing the trailer with you. I think let's do that. And we can just let you know what you can expect tonight. So bear with me.
Oh, check out my Lovers Rock wine. I'm not some toy who you can play with, girl. I'm just a man who is searching for some loving. Tell me now, tell me, baby, what in the world do you want from a man like me?
When we move, when we groove, and we touch, I'm in heaven. You're the one that floats me away. When we dance, I'm enhanced.
Yeah, okay. So there we have it. We have the living legend, Sir Michael Gordon. Yeah, I'm adding a sir to that. And in the second hour, we have the one and only, again, living legend, DJ Elayne Smith. They don't need an introduction, but of course I'd always do that. I'm going to play a couple of tracks from The Investigators because we all know that this is where Michael started in the music. I'm going to just play one or two. I'm not going to keep him waiting too long, just to kind of get you in the vibe, okay? And then we are going to bring Michael in. Elayne was on standby, but we are now going to go back to the original plan, okay? And we're going to have Michael in the next sort of few minutes, all right? I can't even speak now. I'm that nervous. All right, let's do this. The Investigators. Michael Gordon on the lead.
I watch the time as the day goes slow by, and you're on my mind. And when the evening comes, I just can't wait to be by your side. Sometimes it's right there the way you make me feel. You have this power over me. At times I try so hard just to resist, and I try, but it's no use. And woman, I need your love. Oh, give me your love. Oh, woman, I need your love. Oh, give me your love. It's kind of strange when I think about each time that we meet. Ooh, you have a way of telling me so much without words. It feels like heaven when I'm next to you. You always know just what to do. If I'm in danger of telling you too much, I don't care. I don't care, 'cause I am aware. And when I need your love, oh, give me your love. Oh, woman, I need your love. Oh, give me your love. Give me your love.
They're all coming in the room for you, Michael and Elayne. I hope you can see all the comments coming up on the screen. Share the link.
Your love is special, it's one that's hard to find.
Beautiful faces in the room. Gwendolyn all the way from the USA. We've got James Lane, Michelle Whittingham, Courtney Markston, big promoter. James Lang, my partner in the brunches. Triple C, who runs the awards. Groundbreaking. Blackout Awards, one of my new sponsors. Alison all the way in St. Lucia. Mike Harrison, another promoter and DJ. Michael and Elayne. I think it's very safe to say, I can't speak tonight. It's safe to say that you are loved. Until you got me stuttering tonight, you know. Play one more, then I'm going to bring Michael Gordon to the virtual platform. I know he's ready, always ready.
I love you. I don't need to go out every night and rain. With staying home just to love you, baby. Girl, with you, I don't need no fancy clothes. And with you, I don't need to hit the road. You accept me just the way I am. The things you say makes me feel so much a man. Living in a world of magic, living in a world of magic, living in a world of magic with you. Lady, you bring me gladness, lady, you bring no sadness, lady, you share no malice, it's good.
Is that Audrey Scott in the room? Michael, did you see that?
It's good to be with you.
Good evening, Audrey Scott. Good evening to each and every one of you. I see you.
That you love me. I get this.
Got Colin Brown,
Inside.
CB, the Reggae Fraternity UK in the house. Greenie.
And I'm so in love with you.
Andrea, Natalie, Dellas, Zelfa, Debbie Allen, Jackie Simpson, I believe her nephew has 2 or 3 grandchildren for you, Michael, so you've got family in the house too. Jackie, whose brother Mikey ran the Rock 96 and she's taken over. Rest in peace, Mikey.
That you love me. I get this
Stevie,
side.
Pat,
That makes me
Chris,
want to love you. Whether it's a morning, daytime or night. Compare the times of yesterday.
Sai,
Then all
Chips,
day. How the days, they go much faster, and the world.
All right. You know what? Remember back in the days, right? You'd play a Lovers Rock song, and all 7 minutes you're still dancing to the song. You know, it's all coming back to me. Love it. I can see you smiling, Michael. If you're ready, give me a thumbs up, please, sir. Michael, should we do this? All right, let's do this. Oh wow, I'm so excited. Right. Hello and good evening, Michael. How are you? I can't hear you though. One second. Yeah, I'm going to need to probably get Coral on board to get your sound up. All right. I'm going to put you backstage for a second. I'm going to have to speak to you once I put another track on, all right? Because I can't hear you, but we can see you. All right. So if you could just check backstage with Coral, and we'll do a check. All right. Where's Michael go? Hello, Coral. Bless you, baby. We can't hear you. So you're going to need to go back to your back office and check that in. But we'll take it back off, and I'll play another couple of tracks from the investigators and from Michael. All right? Bless you. Thank you. Right. What I'm going to ask all of you in the room to do for me, yeah, is I want you to write in the room for me and for Michael, what's your favourite track, albeit from the investigators or from Michael himself. What is your favourite track? And let's see what I've got up my sleeve for you as well. So I'm going to go to one of my favourites now. Who remembers this one? Close to You. Love Is What You Make It from Mike. Amari's already on it. What I'm playing now, Close to You. Welcome, sir.
Birds suddenly appear every time.
Love Is What You Make It from Mandy.
Are near. Oh, just like me.
Lately from Natalie Richard.
To be close to you.
Sai says, Baby, I'm yours.
Why do stars fall out from the sky every time you walk by? Oh, just like me, they long to be close.
Andrew's being greedy. She's saying all of them.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true.
Shinuri, I see ya.
So they
Good evening.
the moonbeams in your hair and starlights in your eyes of blue. That is why all the guys in town follow you all
Dell saying, Baby, I'm yours.
around, just like me.
We've got Jess from Nubian Queens in the house. Good evening.
To be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a What is love? What is love? What is love?
Loving feeling. Investigators.
Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Whoa, how it feels to be left on my own. It's a burning pain inside of me, baby, and I just can't go. Since you left, the joy and happiness has all gone away.
Pure love in the room tonight.
So won't you reconsider, little darling? Reconsider, won't you come back and stay? You got that feeling, so come home to me and we'll let it grow. I'll let it show.
Good evening, Gibby, I see you.
Just give me
Kenny Grooves, I see you too. Beverly Brown, Big Man Cole,
that sweet caress, yeah,
Anne Marie,
happiness that you gave to me. If I could build a wall, lock it up, no, I'd never let it free. Ooh, girl, 'cause there ain't nobody ever treating me this way, this way, this way.
Hello, there goes my brother.
I'm going to give you one of his later tracks.
Greetings.
Track's entitled Terminate.
Oh, my people, can't you see we're all dying?
Michael Gordon on his own here.
So busy killing one another. Open your eyes to what is happening.
Cosmo, I see you, darling.
Rather search within your soul and let God in. Now is the time to come together. We've got a holy war to win. How can you terminate the life of another, then sleep at night?
Listen to the lyrics on this one.
Away all the hope and the dreams, shining so bright. There is a spirit deep inside that can show you the way to go. It's never too late for the Lord to embrace you before you're cold. So it's time to educate your mind and see the true light. It's not about your earthly possessions. You'll have to leave them all behind. I've got a joy within my heart. I've been rescued from the dark. Don't you allow
Good evening, Tracy.
or you won't pass through.
Joanne, I see ya.
Then sleep at night, taking away all the hope and the dreams, shining so bright. There is a spirit deep inside that can show you the way to go. It's never too late for the Lord to embrace you.
Okay, I'm hoping that Michael's ready. Let's have a look. Should we give it one more try after this? Good evening, Tracy. Ronnie C. Anthony. I see you. Ready? Michael, you gonna give it another go? Yeah? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. All right, I'm gonna have to give you a call. What I might do is, play a couple of tracks, and then I'll have to give you a call and see if I can speak to Coral. All right? Smile for us because we waited so long for you. It's so good to see you. That's better, Michael. We'll get this sorted, all right? So bear with me backstage, all right? Bear with me. You guys, technicals happen all the time, so bear with us, all right? Okay. All right. I thought I was bringing him in, but we're not. So what I will do is I'm going to play, someone just mentioned Summertime Blues. So let's go for that one.
Only for you, I've got a summertime blues, breeze blowing, 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 blowing. And I see you passing by. Oh girl, I wish that you were mine. Wishing you were mine. Love is just there. I can feel it, and I know you feel it too. It's in the air, I can almost squeeze it. That I'd love to do to you. Yes. Baby, don't be shy, don't you run away. 'Cause love will pass you by, love will pass you by. Oh girl, don't you ever be afraid. 'Cause I won't let you cry, I won't let you cry. Yes, I've got love for you inside. My love for you will never die. No. Each time I see your shadow in the burning sun, moving, moving away, I would sit and watch you, girl, until you slowly disappear. Well, well, well. My heart is there, wherever you are, near or far away. To hold you, my dear, is my only dream. Oh girl, I really care. Yes. And baby, don't be shy, don't you run away. 'Cause love will pass you by, love will pass you by. Oh girl, don't you ever be afraid. 'Cause I won't let you cry, I won't let you cry. Yes, I've got love for you inside. My love for you will never die. No.
Okay. Right, you guys. We're going to have to just flex a little bit different this evening, all right? We've got a few technicals happening, so what I'm going to do, we're going to be flexible around here, aren't we, Elayne? Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play, I think I'm going to bring Elayne on. I'll chop the show in half. I'll have to sort out some things backstage and then come back live with the one and only Michael Gordon, all right? So we're having a few technicals this morning, one of the ends, and what we're going to do is just keep it rolling. All right, DJ Elayne, if you are ready for me, would you like to wave your hand and then we'll bring you to the forefront? Fantastic, let's do that. All right. Okay, we've got DJ Elayne in the house. Can everybody please make her feel welcome? Yeah? DJ Elayne, thank you for waiting backstage for us, and thank you for being, if you like, so patient with us, because obviously you've been backstage for a little while now, waiting to go live. Now, as you know, you are a fully seasoned veteran in the game, and we just keep it rolling. Welcome on board. Before I interview you or speak with you with honour, what I want to do is just to play something which will just put everybody in the picture of your journey in media. I'm just going to load it up. Right.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Exclusive on Top of the Pops. Here's Guns N' Roses version. Hit me.
Every single day I'm gonna make
3 new entries in this week's Breakers. At number 13 is Kate Bush and Rocket Man. Number 14 is Brian May and Driven By You. Number 17 is Salt and Pepper, You Showed Me. And at number 21 is Cliff Richard and We Should Be Together. That's it from Top of the Pops. We'll see you next week. See ya!
every single day.
Wow, what I was there when that was played. Freddie Krueger did a lifetime achievement. Well, he did an award for females who are doing things in the community and what have you. I'm sure you can talk about that a bit later. So that trailer was from that. So thanks for that, Freddie. We lifted that and just thought it spoke more than words could. So welcome to the platform, Elayne, DJ Elayne, Queen
Thank you so much for having me.
DJ
Thank
Elayne.
you. It's an
Thank you
absolute
so
honour
much.
and privilege.
All I will say to start off our conversation this evening is that most of us in the room, and I can guarantee you this, have grown up being inspired by you. I remember you on Top of the Pops. I can remember the 291 Club where you literally do what we're doing here, but on a stage. Was it in Hackney?
Yeah,
Right?
Hackney
Right?
Empire.
Hackney Empire, that's it. Absolutely packed. Wasn't that on TV as well?
It was Channel 4 and ITV,
Right, exactly.
LWT, yeah.
Yeah, London Weekend TV. I can remember
Yes,
the actual
yes.
the actual icon. Now, how did we meet, Elayne? Can you remember how we met?
Well, I remember being at Quincy's show, and I think that was in Stratford, somewhere there.
Absolutely.
Quincy the comedian. And I was there with Angie Greaves, oh my God, the young lady
Tamika,
from,
EastEnders,
Tamika Evans from
yeah.
EastEnders. And we were all sitting backstage because we were
Mm-hmm.
waiting to go on stage. We were part of the show. And I'm trying to hold a conversation with them, but I was just completely distracted by the music that was being played. And then I realized that it was a young lady, yourself, and the way you put the music together, it's this, what was it? It was neo soul.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now I love neo soul, but I'm not really up on it. So it was all this lovely new music, the way it was played, how you sounded on the mic. And I said to the girl, excuse me a moment. And I went over and introduced myself to you because I was so impressed.
Bless you. And we've been in touch ever since, haven't we? And we've worked
Ever
together
since.
at
Ever
March
since.
for Ladies, and we've it's been a beautiful journey. And it's really, do you know, I have to say this to you, DJ Elayne, that is that, you know, you are the epitome of class, of support, of being real. You're approachable, you're non-elitist, the fact that I grew up watching you and being inspired by people like you, I'm sure most of the people in the room will second this, and to see how down to earth you are, non-judgmental because someone started or not, because I met you must have about 7 years ago when I
Yeah.
you know, and you literally treated me then how you treat me now, and I just couldn't believe how you know, approachable that you were and how friendly you are, and actually to have you ask me to play with you, knowing your background, you know, and a couple of your projects has been absolutely it's meant the world to me. And tonight I've called it the Living Legends edition because we didn't have Facebook back in the day. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have our own platforms. There was none of that. You did it. You reached as far as you know, not that there is a ceiling or anything that you as far as you can go, but what I'm saying is in terms of making it to the BBC in your own accord, you know, without any self-promotion or anything like that. So your talent it just eludes a certain level that today's sort of icons just don't have. We can, when I say we, people in this generation with social media, we can hype up things and what have you, whereas your grassroots entertainment and the fact that you're a woman, the fact that you're of colour, the fact that you didn't have social media to reach how far you have reached, no wonder you got that Lifetime Achievement Award. And I think everybody in the room would seconds when I say take your hat off to you. So
Thank you. But you know, I suppose back then our social media was I don't like to call it, or we never called it pirate radio, we called it alternative radio. So I was fortunate enough to actually be accepted and embraced by Zach of LWR, who gave me a chance to be on radio. And not only was it just a chance, because usually when, you know, you're being given a chance to broadcast, they'll put you in the dead of the night so you can so-called cut your teeth.
Graveyard shift, right?
Graveyard shift kind of thing. But he didn't. He just put me straight onto the breakfast show. It was like he just dumped it in the deep end and said swim.
Yeah.
But for me, I didn't feel like, of course I was nervous every single time I went on, and I still get nervous now when I go on stage, but I was being run by adrenaline. For me, it was a case of, you know, here is a chance to play the music that we only ever hear in our kind of parties.
Yeah.
And here I am on air sharing this music, and I was just so enthusiastic about sharing the music. But for Zach to put me on and leave that, you know, because the breakfast show is the flagship show, and leave that in my care, and felt no way, and felt like I could deliver. He had so much faith in me. And
Fantastic.
yeah, so I you know, I can't thank him enough. And everybody that I meet, that number one, they may not have talent, but the fact that they want to do something in whichever area it is, and if I can help, the fact that they want to do it, I'm there to help, you know, because it's all about giving people chances. And the key thing, believe it or not, is the want to do it. It's the desire to do it and to put the work in to do it, because there are some people who has the talent, but they're lazy. They do, or they're just kind of relying on the fact that they've got the talent, and so people should give them the chance because they've got the talent. And they moan that that person is further up the ladder, and for them, they feel as though they should be up there because they're so much better. But the difference is that the person that's up the ladder, they're diligent, they're committed, you know, they're not taking their talent for granted. And so I've always got time for people who's serious about what they're doing.
Yes. Well
You
done.
know?
Thank you so much. And thank you for your aura and your personality and your heart, really, because those are the things that, to me, that shine on top of your talent. Now,
thank you.
I just want to ask you one more question before we play another track, and then I can just continue to speak with you, and then ask you to just talk a little bit about what you're currently doing. But I just wanted to say, before we sort of talk about what we're doing now, walk us through how DJ Elayne, in terms of the entrepreneur, came about. So yes, you're this radio and television personality, but you took things to another level in terms of, I know that you used to do your wigs way before every second person had a wig on their head. You were pioneering in that. Okay, you started the 291 Club. What else did you do that you was outside of the box?
I used to run little under 18 shows. I did the Rap Queen competition. But as far as I can remember, I've always wanted to run my own business. And I can actually remember, with my boyfriend at the time, Michael, going round to units. You know, British Rail used to, you could, well, they still do, you could rent, you know, space from them to set up shop and stuff like that. I never actually set up a shop, but I would investigate. I would do my due diligence. I would, you know, and my desire was always to run my own business. So I'd have an idea, even up, you know, up until today, I'll have an idea and I would just do the research, and whether if the research works out that I can implement it, then I'll go ahead and do it. But from I can form it in my head and I think it's a good idea, then I'll just get on with it and just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Good. Creative person you are. Really creative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of your music, when you're playing music, what's your favorite genre, or do you not have one? Are you across various genres?
Do you know, it all depends on my vibe. It
Okay.
all depends on what vibe I wake up with in the morning, because I like, my music is eclectic.
Hmm.
Um, if I wake up with a vibe where I feel like I've got a tough day ahead,
Yes.
then it'll be rap.
Right.
It'll be rap, it'll be dancehall, the beats will be loud, it'll be house, it'll be pumping. And one of the things that I've always done is, before, if I know that I'm going to be on the road, when I'm going to do road, when I'm doing road, then I will actually make a CD for that day. So I'll wake up early enough and I'll just put a batch of, some music together, and that'll be the music that I'm playing in my car all day. So
Okay.
if it is a tough day, and I feel like I need to march like a soldier, it will be
Yeah.
rap,
Okay.
real hardcore rap. It'll be hardcore dancehall. If I'm just in a real laid back mood, it'll be lovers rock and slow jams. But it all depends on how I'm feeling.
Brilliant.
I love
Yeah.
songs. I love good songs with good lyrics. Um, yeah, I
Okay.
like all kinds of music.
We got a question in the room. It says, Empress Elaine, do you think you would have progressed further if you'd relocated to the USA? How have you handled being a black woman in a male, usually white industry? And what happened to Top of the Pops?
Who was that
Good
from?
question, Debbie Allen.
Hi, Debbie Allen. Thank you for your question. Well, over the years, Steve Sutherland, who was a very good
Yeah.
friend of mine, when I was doing the power station, B Sky B, Top of the Pops, 291 Club, he was always on the phone to me. Elayne, you need to
Right.
go to the States. You need to go to the States. He was like one of my biggest fans. Fantastic. But the reason why I didn't go is because I didn't want to leave my son Marcus. And
Okay.
and um, my nature is, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it on your spot. All you got to
Yeah.
do is work out what the logistics are and how you're going to do it. You can do it on the spot.
I hear you.
So even now people say, oh, you should have this and you should have that, and you should be, with the Beeb or doing something like that. For me, I'm the most successful I've ever been. I'm running my own radio station. I've got my wig
Would you
collection
like
that
to
I'm
say
about
what
to
the name of your
relaunch.
station is? Because for those who don't know.
Yeah, it's called Fly Fresh and Fat, and it's actually named after the compilation album that I did when I was over at EMI Records.
Wow.
I think that success is what people interpret it to be. My interpretation of success is freedom, and
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
free. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm completely free. I can do what I want, go where I want, speak to who I want, be who I want. I mean, people say to me, God, you haven't aged, you haven't aged. And I put that down to the fact that I don't have stress in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that if the bee picked up the phone tomorrow and said to me, Elayne, we've got a show for you. I'm not saying that I wouldn't go there, but that show would have to have my name over the door, DJ Elayne Smith. And in actual fact, Winston Phillips, who used to work with Brenda and Manis over at the BBC, I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago, Winston invited me over and I had a meeting with him. And
Yes.
he took me all around the BBC and he took me to the Governor General. So we're talking about the man at the top. Can't remember what his name is. I should look it
Right.
up so I should remember this. And he knew who I was. And he said to me, what is it that you want to do, Elayne? And I said, well, I'd like my own show, the Elayne Smith show. I'm worthy, And his words were, I couldn't just give you a show just like that. You'd have to work your way up to the top. Now we're talking about, what am I? I'm 61 now. We're talking about 5 years ago. So that would have been
Wow.
what? My math arithmetics. I'm in my 50s then. right?
Yeah.
I've done so much. I think I've earned my stripes, if I'm not going to sound braggadocious.
Not
And
at all.
for you now to say to me that you want me to go on the road and do vox pops and do all of these things, I only wear stilettos now, my friends. Well, not literally, but you know, why would I do that?
That,
You
yeah,
know, why would I
totally.
do that?
Totally.
And to be honest with you, when I look at my good friend Brenda Emanis and even Maura Stewart more than deserved her own show, as like Brenda Emanis. So
Yeah.
if you've got those talents already in the arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to say, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that, or now I could be treading the streets.
Totally hear you.
Or now
Totally
I could be
hear you.
treading the streets. So I've
Yeah.
gone ahead. I've got my own radio show, my own radio station, and I syndicate programs from there. And
Yes.
it means that, you know, I get to shine the light, very much what you're doing on people that mean things to me and my community.
I hear
so,
you. Yeah.
you know, and it means that I can go across the board. Sometimes, like the last show I did a show on platonic relationships. The show before that, it was just beer music, you know. So I literally wake up and present how I'm feeling on that day.
You don't have to answer to anybody. You go with your own flow and what you feel needs to be highlighted.
Yeah, so I feel very successful.
Yeah, and so you should. So you should. You're your own boss. You call the shots and you decide on what you shine the light on.
Yeah.
So, without any further ado, I'm going to ask you, because obviously we're going to pull it back to the music now. I'm just going to ask you now, just to introduce one or two of your songs, say what they mean to you, then we can come back to a bit of chat. How about that?
That's fine.
Yeah?
That's fine.
All right, so you've given me 4 songs and they're quite beautiful. There's a couple that I've never heard myself, so thanks for that. Which one would you like to play first?
Remind me of the titles.
You've got another song, and that's a reggae one. You've got Hooked on You by Nereus Joseph, who's unfortunately recently passed. I hope you'll be very unhappy. A beautiful version. And then you've also got Whisper by Kate.
Right, okay. Well, I've deliberately gone with new tracks.
Yes.
Because I think that everybody in this room, there isn't a Lovers Rock tune that I can play from days of old that they wouldn't know.
Don't know already,
and I thought, let me illustrate that Lovers Rock is still
alive. Very much so.
Lovers Rock.
I went to International Reggae Day, just to cut you there a little bit. I went to International Reggae Day the other day, and you're absolutely right. You know, a good handful of brand new artists were being featured, courtesy of Alison Mason and Andrew Slowly. Absolutely fantastic. And obviously Colin Brown, who's in the room, one of the organisers. I think he's one of the main organisers.
Hi, Colin.
Right there. So
Love Colin.
You're absolutely right. There is Lovers Rock hasn't gone anywhere, so we can't stay stuck. When I say stuck, there's nothing wrong with it, but we like to mix the old with the new. And Michael is a prime example of somebody who has kept it moving all the way.
Love Michael.
Think it stopped back in the 80s, and it hasn't.
my favourite current track from Michael is "Celebrate Life," and I would have put that
I've
in
got
there,
it.
but
I've
he's
got
on,
it.
so I love that tune.
I've got it. So we can
much.
We can play that a bit later on, but I have got it.
A bit later on.
That's fantastic. All right, which one would you like to play first from the ones that we've mentioned, please?
Let's go with Whisper, right? That's up tempo.
Right.
And Whisper is a young man. God, I've got Kale, his name is. And do you remember the group High Tension, which is a soul group?
I do.
Right. So this is the nephew, and the story behind this is that the nephew was in the bathroom singing, and the member of High Tension, which his name eludes me at the moment, heard him singing and thought, we got to get you in the studio. So they made a slow jam of this, and then they did a reggae remix. Well, of course, I jumped on it straight away because it sounded so good. And it's good, honest pop reggae. Right? If Top of the Pops was around, this would be on Top of the Pops. And it's called Whisper.
Absolutely. Let's play it. And in the meantime, I'm just going to load some of the beautiful comments, some of the you've got compliments about how young you look. You've got Colin talking about you presenting on cable TV, and he thinks that the channel's name was IDTV. So I'll just have a little read in the meantime, okay?
Okay.
Whisper by Kale Austin.
Whisper you love me like you used to on those glorious days. Reach out and touch me like you used to in the sweet summer haze. I gave you the best of me, and I wanted everybody to see. But now when I look in your eyes,
Got Paul Cannavale in the room.
I'm feeling.
Paul Cannavale, we heard you singing there, Elayne.
Turn down the lights, light a candle. Do you remember how good it used to be? You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. I'm still in love with you. Why don't you whisper you love me like you used to on those glorious days? Reach out and touch me like you used to in the sweet summer haze. Whisper you love me like you used to before they took your love away. You're holding me closer now, and I think we're gonna make it somehow. But then when I look in your eyes, I know tonight you've come to say goodbye. Turn down the lights and light a candle. Do you remember how good it used to be? You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. Just one more time before you say goodbye. Why don't you whisper you love me like you used to on those glorious days? Reach out and touch me like you used to in the sweet summer haze. Whisper you love me like you used to.
That was a nice one, Elayne. I never heard that one before, and I've not heard of the artist either. So that was Kale Austin.
But what's really sorry to jump in there, but what's really lovely about that, he wasn't a singer before. It
Okay.
was his uncle just heard him in the bathroom and said, "Come on, this. He's a natural."
Oh wow, that's fantastic. Listen, we're going to go straight into our other track, but I'd like to say good evening to some of the beautiful people who have arrived in the room. We've got Lady Flo Solomon, we've got Jessamaya from Nubian Queens, we've got Zelfa, GQ Graham, Big DJ, Mandy Singer. She graced my, you know Mandy anyway. I know everyone.
Yeah,
knows
love
Mandy, 'cause
her.
if you're following me, you're gonna know about Mandy.
I know
We've got
Mandy,
Sandy
yeah.
in the room. Good evening to you, Miss Socialite. Of course, Audrey Scott is still with us. We've got, bless you, Audrey. We're gonna have to get you on stage one day, please.
Yeah. She's got
Chris
a bad
Salmon.
tune as well that she's
She's
done,
got
yeah.
so many. We've got Ludrick in the room. Good evening. Chinnery, who
Ludrick.
else who have we said hello to? Paul Cannavale's here. We've got Leroy Wilson. Oh wow, he was on the show before from Arima. He's also a solo singer himself now. I'm going to play one of his songs shortly. Met him in person at the International Reggae Day, 1st of July at Collins event. Fantastic. Paul Cannavale's in the house. The first black Chelsea football player. Of course, everybody knows him, doesn't need an introduction. But lovely to see you, Paul. Hopefully see you at the brunch as well. Lovely. Beverly Brown. We've got, I don't know if Anthony's still in the room. Anthony's big presenter, presenting in America and everything. Good friend of mine now. Become quite close quite quickly. Donna Murray Turner, this lady, she's been on the platform as well. Don't know if you know her. She an advocate for our community in so many ways. You have to look back at the show. Etc. etc. All right, so let's go into your second track. What would you like me to play, please?
Right. I want everyone to feel sorry for me on this one.
Okay.
It's a brand new track. It's come out of the Minty studio, and I'm just going for a breakup now, and I'm going to be very, very bad mind. This is a bad-minded track, but it's a.
I know the song. I hope you'll be very unhappy without me.
I hope you'll be very unhappy without me.
That's just too funny. That's just too funny. Beautiful version, though. I tell you what, you guys, take a load of this one. Isn't it? DJs in the room, right? You're going to have to get hold of this one. I'm glad that you asked me, you sent this one to me to play on your behalf, because I will be playing it again and again. Listen to this one.
Brilliant track.
1 second. Listen to the version of this. Sing with us.
I'd give you my best, even though I know that you're leaving. It's time to confess how I really feel. I can't be a friend when I know this is the end, and I just can't be a woman about losing.
Bad mind. I'm joking.
Tomorrow's all turn blue, 'cause you took away my pride. Now I just wanna see you cry, and I just can't take the blame for losing you. When we said our goodbye,
Dallas.
we said it for all the right reasons. Did the time really fly? Did we have any fun? You said needed to make some changes, and I should be changing too. And I just can't take the blame for losing you. I hope you'll be very unhappy without me. Turn blue. You took away my pride. Now I wanna see you cry, and I just can't take the blame for losing you. No, I just can't take the pain for losing you, and I just won't take the blame for losing you. All turn blue. You took away my pride.
Christos.
Yes, Lord, I tried, and I just
Johnny.
the blame for losing you.
I think they're feeling this one. Man, love in the room for you tonight. Good evening, Eve. I see you. She graced my brunch. Mash up the place. Alongside Mandy. Of course. Playing this one to the paper. Nice one. Nice one. Is that your going on, Elayne? Is that your going on?
Yeah, I do love that. You know, I remember years and years and years ago when I had a breakup. My breakup album was Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
I remember it well.
So this is my new one now.
Got a new one, replacing it, right? Bless you. Good evening, Tash. This is your cousin, isn't she? Tasha.
Hey, Cuz, how you doing, darling?
Tasha
Am I
Minion is
a
DJ
princess?
Lane's cousin. Yes, she is, and she's in the family. She's in the house. Family. It's in keeping it in the family. All right then. So I'm gonna ask you, Elayne. Right. Okay. So before we play your next track, I'm gonna ask you. There's a lot of people who are trying to support their own. There's various platforms popping up. They're trying to help independent artists or actors or whoever, and just trying to support each other because we don't get really the airtime on these channels, do we? We don't really.
No.
Although it's improving. I can remember they had dedicated a day, was it on the BBC or was it Channel 4, I think it was actually, where there was 100% black content. So we had the actors, the composers, the editors, the adverts and all the rest of it. So that goes to show how many people are actually in media. But that was one day, and then we've kind of regressed back to sort of normality, although I have to say the proportion has improved. But like I said, you are media royalty, and you have been in the game how many years now, would you say?
Well, my son is 42, and I got into media when he was 2. 40 years.
Wow. So what is the formula? Is there a formula, or is it luck, or is it sort of like is it opportunity and taking it? Are you taking risks? How did you
It's
do
a
that?
little bit of everything. It really is a little bit of everything. But the first thing that one has to do is you've just got to go for it. But you've got to go with you've got to go with your passion.
Yes.
If you're going to put yourself in the public eye,
Yes.
then you've got to let your personality come through, and you'll find that it's the people that are successful are the people that's got a personality.
Yeah.
Right? So there's
Okay.
loads of, white included, there's loads of personalities that are up there, and you're thinking to yourself, how on earth are they getting so much airtime? But it's because of their personality. But whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
I was having this conversation in the
my
week with a friend of mine. I was having the same conversation. It's not what you do it alone. It's a package,
it's personality.
Yeah.
It's personality, and a passion. So find that passion, have a personality, know your craft, and just go for it. And don't wait until you actually know everything about your craft and everything about yourself. Just don't take yourself that seriously. Where you're gonna you're gonna be too scared to go forward. Yeah. Jump in. Life is short. Have fun.
Hear you.
You know what I mean? Just do it.
Hear you. Guess who's just joined us? Nevada Cato.
Nevada!
Yeah, you know him, innit? Leroy's
Leroy
Wilson's partner in Arima. Yeah, so you guys have really drawn them out. Yeah, you and Michael have really drawn them out today. So it's really, really lovely. All right, we're gonna play. Excuse me, that's my hair on the mic. You hear it? Another song from yours before we ask you a few more questions, and then we're going to see if we can get Michael in the room. I'm going to have to make a call or something. But what would you like to? You've got another two. You've got another song, and then you've got Hooked
All
on
right.
You.
Let's go with another song.
Right.
Now, the story behind another song. He was actually the winner of the 2018 291 Club, the one that I did with Miles Crawford, the return show.
Yes.
And his prize was to make a video and to make a song with him.
Right.
So we got Marcus JPS from Sparta Studios to write the song, got him in there, teamed him up with a young lady, and we made this song. And of course, I wanted to get some other mixes on it. So I got like a house mix, and then I got Anthony Brightly from Pure Silk to do the reggae cut. And the beautiful thing about this song is that in every single genre, it just sounds like it stands up on its own. It seems to just fit. So, and it's a nice combination, the reggae and the kind of trappy type feel of the song, because here you've got like a seasoned reggae producer teamed up with a very young producer. Do you know what I mean? And I thought they did a really good job. So, here it is. Another song by LT and Sky.
Brilliant. Just before we move on, there was Jeff Schumann has just asked, what's the Lovers track you just played? You mentioned Hope You're Not Happy Without Me. He's laughing out loud. So he's saying hello as well. That was by A Star.
Come back to me, Jeff. How could you break my heart, Jeff?
Jeff, she wants you. She wants you back.
I want you back, Jeff. So long as he's dumped Serena, though. So long as he's dumped Serena.
Oh my God! Oh, come on now. Oh my! It's when he puts his head on somebody else's body that makes me laugh. It's just too funny. All right, let's go to another one. So what was it? You're going to play the other one? Was another
song?
Right. Okay. I've got to concentrate now. All right. L-Tree and Sky on this one.
I hit you up because I missed you. With all that we have been through, it's been a minute since I kissed you, and now we wavy what we into. You got me switching my positions. You got my heart and I ain't lying. You know it's time for a transition. It's time for happiness, no crying. Yeah, we out this world, so you know I go the extra mile. If you spending some time at my place, then you're gonna be here for a while. I got so much love for you, it's mad. Had to put my whole life on the line. Now I see that we greater than ever. I know that we were destined to shine. So I'm gonna go get me what's mine. Yeah, you see how your hubby been grinding. Yeah, I see that you're trying to hold me down. You know I'm over the running. She put a shine on this light. She tryna roll with the gang. Baby, you know where I land. Blowing dope with all the man. Love is song to sing to. I'm gonna make you wanna sing to. Sing about the pain that you done been through. Sing about the love that you be into.
Your face, Elayne.
Love is song to sing to. I'm gonna make you wanna sing to. Sing about the pain that you done been through. Sing about the love that you be into. Love that you into.
I picked a boy 'cause I love you. You tell me that I should just trust you. And guess what, baby, I believe you. So tell me what is it we gon' do? I let you show me new positions. You got my heart and now you're lying. You know I'm ready for transitions. When we're together, yeah, I'm flying. Guess we both know what it is. You know we gon' have us some kids. There ain't no need for no this. You got me taking some risks. This ain't just love 'cause it sounds right. When you're by my side, I'm feeling alright. I see you making the money and squeezing it up with my honey. I see you trying to hold it down, taking time to run it. That's at the time of our lives. Guess I'm the rule of the gang. Baby, you know who I am. Sky and no tea in the jar.
I know you'd like me to play it all the way through, but I'm just watching the time. Beautiful, beautiful song. All right, you've got one more song. What was it and why did you choose it, please?
Right, I've chosen this because it's in memory of the late Nereus Joseph, and
Okay.
you know, I had the pleasure of hosting one of his birthday parties. I don't think that this is a widely known song, so it's probably going to be new to a lot of people. It's on the Peckins record label, and it's
Okay.
called Hooked on You.
All right then. Thank you, Elayne. Sorry, I'm just also liaising with Michael and Cora in the back, so bear with me whilst I'm
That's
looking
all right,
down
no
every so
worries.
often. So Nereus Joseph, rest in peace. He died, was it this week just gone, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that right? All right, so tribute to
Sudden.
him. Well, it's a good choice there, Elayne. Thank you.
Yeah. Ooh, tell you that I'm hooked on you, and you know it's true. There ain't a thing that I can't do. No, tell you that I'm hooked on you, and you know it's true. There ain't a thing that I can't do. No. I saw you on the dance floor, my heart started pounding.
what you gotta say. Yeah, yes. Then I saw you heading to the door as if you were leaving. I pray to God you change your mind and stay. Yeah, yes. So if you wanna cuss me off, tell your friends and start to laugh. I don't mind. It's a price I've gotta pay just to see if you feel the same. Yes. Please forgive my impertinency. I couldn't let you just walk away without a say. So don't feel no way. Tell you that I'm hooked on you, and you know it's true. There ain't a thing that I can't do. No, no, no. I'm telling you that I'm hooked on you, and you know it's true. There ain't a thing that I can't do. No. I had to treat it as emergency. Collect my thoughts and speak immediately and tell you how I feel. Yes, how I feel, yeah. To my surprise, you said you'd take a chance. You say you'll stay and give me just one dance to see how you feel. How you feel. I thought you would've kissed your teeth. Walk away and stab your feet. I don't mind if it's the price I gotta pay to see if you feel the same. Now you see it like I see. Listen to your broad like me. The only truth and love can be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell you that I'm hooked on you, and you know it's true. There ain't a thing that I can't do.
Wicked.
So
Elayne,
good.
thank you so
Before I
much.
go, are you going to sign me off now?
I'm not signing you, not until you tell me what your current plans are and what you're doing and where people can follow you. All right. So I know one of your biggest projects at the moment is this Him and Herology. Would you like to speak about it, please?
Most definitely. Him and Herology is a community for single kings and single queens and also couples.
Right.
And what that simply means is that it's an opportunity for single people to come together in an environment that is not just online where you're swiping left and swiping right as the current trend is. Okay. So I organise these events, which I kicked off at my birthday in November.
Yes, I remember it well.
Just invite, you know, kings and queens to come together, and we have the couples in there to kind of give it that, you know, that place to aspire to, because the couples come and they're all loved up, and it just spreads some more love around the room. Yes. So what we've been doing, we've been meeting once a month. We're into our fourth meeting now, where we go for a walk. So rather than it being in a normal club, we just meet up on a Sunday.
You can't talk in a club, can you?
You can't talk in a club. And on top of that, you know, you're more prone to dress down a little bit. So you haven't got like 10-inch eyelashes on and thick makeup. You just come as you are, and everybody's just comfortable. We end up in an eatery and that. So this one I'm really, really excited about, because this one we're going to meet in the woods. So I've been up to see the woods, right? And I guess this is the playful side of me. And I'm choosing these activities once again based on how I feel and what I like to do on dates. All right. Yes. It's a secret location. It's on Sunday, the 23rd of July. So not this weekend, but the weekend after. We kick off at 2. And we have found some woods to walk through. So I've already seen some trees where people have carved their names in. We can play hide and seek. You know, there's the water that we can walk along, and there's a lovely eatery. But the thing is to just, what I would say is when we did the trial walk in the woods.
Yes.
Going in the woods, the first thing that hits you is the aroma. It's that greenery. Do you know what I mean? And when you come out of there, you feel like you've had a cleanse.
Yes.
So I'm going to say what my mum would say: bring your crosses and dump it and leave it in the woods.
You're
and come
too
out
funny.
a brand new, fresh, new person. But yeah, you know, we've got a couple of places. We only take 15 kings and 15 queens, you know, and yeah, I can see some people signing up already. They just need to go to him and herology, select whether they're a king or queen, and join us on the 23rd of July and join the community. We've got a boat party coming up. We've got a New Year's Eve party coming up.
Lovely.
And, you know, and it's going to be a community for singles, couples, to just come together and meet.
Right.
I mean, you was at my birthday party, so you remember how romantic that was.
I do remember it very well.
Yeah, so it's all about just, and you know, whilst we're in the arena, we'll also have like experts in there. So if you're like me, who's mending a broken heart, we'll have somebody that I can walk and talk with who can, you know, help me mend my broken heart, help, you know, and we'll have somebody there who's talking about getting your money up. You know what I mean? Because coming together sometimes, relationships break down because money is short. You know what I mean? So there's someone there that's talking about how to start your book. Do you know what I mean? But there's just going to be interesting people in the community that we can just simply walk and talk. And the first thing that I want everybody to come there and do is come there with the intention of falling in love with themselves.
Okay, it's a good place to start, isn't it?
To actually become love, because when you become love, you attract love. So that's what this community is about.
It's all about frequencies, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're on the right frequency, you
right.
Yep, you give off this. I don't know if it's a scent or what, but it does attract them, doesn't it?
Well,
if you're right in your, you know, you sometimes I'm going to close this very soon because I know Michael's ready to come on, but one thing I will say to second what you're saying, what I find is that somebody could be single for a long time. They don't attract anybody. As soon as they're in a relationship and they're no longer looking and they're just in their own skin and flying, that's when they come like bees. It's really
because
weird.
You're giving off that, you're on that frequency. So I'm really excited about that. Wear some comfortable shoes. We're going to be walking through the woods.
Brilliant. All right, so we
today.
we have a big surprise. So him and herology. I'm going to close this now on himandherology.com. Go on, register if you're a male or a female, and then just follow the instructions. The date again for the next walk is, please, the 23rd.
Sunday, the 23rd of July.
July. All right then. I hope the weather keeps up for you, Elayne. Listen, it's been an honour to have you this evening. Thank you so much. You guys, make sure you're following her. Look at her website. All the details are there. Anything I haven't managed to ask her tonight, you can follow her on Mixcloud, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Just Google, Elayne Smith, and everything will come up anyway. It's been an honour to have you. Love you like cooked food. I'm waiting for our lunch, yeah? I'm really looking forward to that.
Love you too, darling, and thank you.
It's been an honour. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Say hi to
bye.
Mikey for me.
Oh, we'll do. Right. She said hi. Bless you. Thank you, Elayne. It's been an honour. Thank you. Bye. All right, so thank you for your patience, everyone. Okay, hopefully we've got Michael ready to come on board. I'm going to just play a couple of his tracks and then we'll have him on. Hopefully we are all good on the technicals now. All right then, let's go for one of his new tracks. Actually, it's one of his singles, and it's called "Celebrate Life." And please, you guys, we've just come out of a pandemic, and we really, really do need to live good, and we need to eliminate anything that's causing us not to, really, as far as we can. And don't look back, just literally go forward, and with the people who've got the same mindsets, the same heart and the same interests as you. Social media makes us think that everybody's got to love us. They won't. But it's okay. We have to learn that that's okay. We just have to gravitate to the ones that gravitate to us, and life is a lot more simple. My darling sisters just joined the room, as well as Sonia and we've got some new faces. I'm going to try and scroll up and see if I can find you all. But thank you for your patience. Please, please, please share the stream. Okay, I'm just going to get on the phone and check what's happening with our dear special guest Michael, and then we can go live. But I'm going to play one of his songs in the meantime. Celebrate Life by Michael Gordon.
Yeah, people.
Okay, gonna bring Michael in directly after this, okay?
It's an early rise for I and I this morning, and I'm a giving thanks for another day, asking the Father for His mercy. He's gonna spare.
Share that link.
Show me the way. And so nobody come and step to me with tongues of lies and poison. For I won't accommodate your shame.
The one and only Michael Gordon joins us in 2 minutes. Flat.
Always finding someone to blame. Celebrate your life, delegate your love, inebriate your blessings from above. Giving thanks to Jaja, worshiping my God, I'll rejoice in all thy glory.
All right, are we ready? Let's add Michael to the stream. Ooh, hello and good evening, Sir Michael Gordon.
Hey.
Hey, loud and clear and everything. You're looking wonderful.
I think it sounds like I've been waiting all day.
Oh, bless you. You know what?
It's all good.
This is the thing about live streaming, you know.
Yeah,
you just go with the flow. So I'm so glad everything's sorted all right. Thank you so much for honouring me and us with your presence.
Oh wow! Come on now, behave.
No, Michael.
The pleasure is all mine.
Let me just say something to you, right? People know me for playing neo soul, but the way I hear the soul, I'm actually looking for the reggae in the soul. And when I say that, I am. I'm looking for that bass line. You know, Lovers Rock is all about bass line and lyrics, right? So the way that I play, you have had an influence on how I play, because because your catalogue is broad. Your catalogue has been continuous, yeah? So from a schoolgirl until I'm near retirement age now, right?
Surely not. I'm near retirement age. You don't look nothing like near being retired.
I can honestly assure you I'm on the wrong side of 55. Honestly.
Wow. You're looking good, girl.
Thank you.
You're looking good.
It's the weed.
Keep it up.
Thank you. You're looking good as well because you haven't really changed at all. You haven't changed. But I tell you what, I have.
Oh yes, I have. Come on, you've been very kind.
No, I'm not. I'm looking for something that I put out. I'll get it in a minute. Here it is. Look. Right, let me put my earpiece back in. Right, watch this now. Yeah. My other half has gone up in the attic. He's not got them all because you can't access them all because we've got all sorts of stuff in the attic, right? But watch this. Right. Yeah? Who's that? Who's this?
You know, it's kind of like weird that you should show that picture because I'm actually thinking that I looked older then than now. Remember, you know, some pictures back in the day that it just, I don't know, because of like the equipment or whatever, and then with that moustache and I actually feel that I look older then than now. So so I can agree with that one. But
what it is you got the beard. You look exactly the same to me. You look exactly the same, right?
I just look wrong there. I look wrong, man.
You don't look wrong at all. It's just that we didn't have filters in them times there, isn't it? Right?
It's taken me many years to come to terms with that flying saucer hat pick. Right.
Can you see this?
But I like that one. I like that. That's my favorite.
And that's you here, right?
Yeah, and I had hair then, and I actually
You
had my
see?
my little sexy part in the side there.
Oh
So
my God, you got your sexy part. Jeez, don't make
I've
me
got no
laugh.
hair now. Well, I do grow hair, but I hate it. I
And
rather
then you
have
got
no hair.
this one, the investigators.
Well, there's no pictures there. That's just a picture of it.
No,
Like, yeah.
no, no, no. But this album's got some of my favourites on it. So we've got if I can read it, I can't see you now. I need some glasses, Michael, but I'm not wearing them right now.
I had to put mine on to see. So
Is it? I don't even know where
because we've
mine
been having
are.
all these technical issues, so we're actually doing it via my wife's phone. So
Oh,
I
bless
couldn't decide,
you.
yeah, that comes with old age. So I've got to put my
Don't
glasses on
worry.
so I can actually
Don't
see
worry.
what's
We just.
going on.
So side one had Runaway Child, Marley's Gone, In the
Yeah,
Mood, Ooh
yeah.
Child, Love Is. Side two, Stranger in the Night, Gone, and then Loving Feeling,
Oh,
and there, what's that? Hair's Looking at You. All right.
yeah,
So
he
we
was
got
looking at you.
got some stuff going on here. So listen,
Yeah,
when I tell you you've been, it's like it's really lovely speaking to you because I felt like we've spoken before, but we haven't. We've only spoken on the inbox. You're so
right.
friendly and approachable, and I know you don't really do interviews. So the fact that you are sitting here with us this evening is so special to me. And
My manager put
also,
a gun to my head. So you've got to do
did
this one. You've
she?
got to do
You
this
got to
one.
do this
This
one.
causes my bridging, and she's been
Oh,
up to you. So I mean, what can you do if you got a shotgun to your head? What can you do? One has to comply. You know what I mean?
I thought you came because you liked me, and I thought you came because you wanted. Oh, you liked my.
Oops. Oops.
It's all coming out now. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm joking too.
Listen, Michael. Honestly, your voice, no matter where it's heard, no matter what year it's heard, no matter what genre, because you're not just lovers rock, yeah. We know it's you. Your voice is distinctive. It's smooth and it's believable. And I hope you know that you're responsible for quite a number of offspring. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
In terms
I'm not.
of
I've been hearing this argument for years. I'm not going to subscribe to that.
You're not subscribing to it.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. I think it was. I think we saw you in the albums, and it was
I'm
you.
taking the fifth with that one. I'm taking the fifth.
But what I will say to you is that honestly, Lovers Rock is something I used to listen to Tony Williams, I used to listen to David Rodigan, and and all types of radio. And I used to be there with my TDK, pressing play and record, and
Sure.
I used to literally play it, tell you every word. And then by the time I reached, say that the show was on a Sunday or a Saturday night, by the Monday
Right.
when I reached school, yeah, in the playground, I'm giving it like that to my girls. Like I'm really on top of this Lovers Rock thing.
See? Okay.
But what I will say to you is, Michael, is that you have performed alongside more or less all of the reggae artists. You have performed at the O2 at the Giants of Lovers Rock. You have done a number of compilations, one of which I'll not compilation, but you had collaborations with other artists, I should say, one of which I'm going to play in a moment. You also have kept it going. One of the things I'm going to ask you, because I normally interview newer artists, neo-soul
Right.
artists, right?
Right.
You've had 46 years in the business, right? And I'm going to ask you how on earth you managed that, and how you actually managed to stay in the music, given that it's changed completely in the way that that it's bought or not bought, if you like. People are just streaming it, aren't they? What would you say?
It's just my passion. It's just my passion. So when it's your passion, it's easy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's escapism. It's therapy.
Right.
And without music, I'm not sure where I would be. So it's just an amazing outlet.
Yes.
It's something that comes from my heart.
Yes.
You know, so I've come full circle in the sense that I started out not knowing that I had a voice.
Oh, really?
I mean, I didn't come from a musical background.
Okay.
So I didn't have anyone like, a mum or a dad or uncle or an aunt or a brother or sister saying, we're gonna give you music lessons, or we hear something that you've got something there. Or even if you didn't hear anything, just like send you to music lessons, play a piano, pick up a guitar, see what happens. It didn't come very natural to me.
Oh,
I was
really? I find it
told,
hard.
I was
Wow.
told that I could sing, while someone heard me singing.
Right. Where were you when you were
And
singing? Where were you? Were you singing in a social arena or in your bathroom? Where were you singing?
I was actually singing at my school friend, who became my mentor, Mr. Colin Burton, who was the one of the founder members of the Investigators,
Yes.
and he was
Yeah.
actually the band leader. And I've told this story so many times. So we used to hook up around his house after school.
Right.
So rather than going straight home as youngsters do, you find ways to, you know what I mean,
I do. I do.
get up to mischief but in this case, it wasn't mischief. It's quite positive. I mean, so going back with that, didn't really realize what was going on.
Okay.
So we should just naturally hook up because we were friends at school. Go around his house, and he would play his dad's old records.
Okay.
His dad passed away and left all his records, and so he would be playing all these records, and it's just songs rather that I heard when I was tiny in Jamaica growing up.
Okay.
So it was just basically a repeat of that in a sense. So I'd be hearing that, your Dennis Brown, your Sir John Holt, Gregory Isaacs, whatever, and back then it was all 45s, all like 7-inches now. I mean,
That's right.
the 12-inch thing came much later on. So I'd basically be singing, emulating these tracks, and he heard something.
Yeah.
And it's easier. I mean, over the years, I've learned that it's actually easier to sort of like copy or emulate.
Mm-hmm.
But if you come to sing by yourself in terms of like a cappella,
Yeah.
I mean, many, many years down the line, I understood what the word a cappella meant, but back then I didn't know what a cappella meant. So it was like singing a cappella and actually holding the note is a completely different arena.
Of course.
So, like I said, back then he heard something and he was like, and he had a band. So he was in a band before, and it seems like he was always the leader of bands. So he was in a band before and he wanted to break the band up, dismantle it and start again. Yeah. Because apparently the lead singer of that band was really sort of into root stuff at the time.
Right.
And he wasn't really sort of like gravitating towards that.
Right.
He wanted to do more love songs.
Okay.
So he heard my voice and thought that my voice really suited what he had in mind.
I think he was right.
That's how it came about. But I mean, him saying to me that, you can really, he used to always call me Guy or Mick. You can really sing, Guy, and I want you in my band and da 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 da. So that's how that came about, basically.
But to me, I mean, Lovers Rock is I know that it's still being made and what have you, but Lovers Rock is almost something.
No. Lovers Rock is not still being made.
Well, okay.
Lovers Rock is from it's a different era. Reggae love songs are still being made. Lovers Rock is just like, it's not the thing anymore.
I respect how you put that across because obviously it's not for me to say, it's for you to say.
Right.
However, there are songs that, like, I looked on YouTube the other day and it was like a Lovers Rock Mix 2023 and I just smiled. But obviously I know what you're talking about because I love it as well. But it kind of, there's a key set of you who are those artists.
Right.
Some of whom are in the room today with you. We have Leroy Wilson, we have Nevada in the room.
Big up.
We got Audrey Scott in the room, right? So we do understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what I would say is that, you guys were on a roll. You were putting out song after song, album after album, and it was something you create you made it your own. I mean, there's nothing like it anywhere. It has not been mimicked. You know, Afro beats. It's broad and it's you guys did something. It was a period and it's locked off.
Yeah.
It's locked down, and it's something that you can pick up and put anywhere. You guys, are you performing this year at the L2? Are you part of the? Is it not?
No, I'm not performing.
No, you're not part of that one. But I know that you have. It was actually in the individual and what have you. But my point here is that you're part of a phenomena. Groundbreaking, literally starting something brand new, and your music no matter what order you play, you could play old with the new, and it all just mixes and blends, and you've
I mean,
maintained a certain standard across the
there are a
board.
lot of things that you could draw on or pick up on with Lovers Rock, but my main stance with that music and that era and that time is that all the artists, I can't think of any artists
Yeah,
that sounded the same as another artist. All the artists had
absolutely.
their own unique
Distinction.
vibe going
Yeah.
on, and you have to understand, even if some of the songs were simplistic, but the general idea is that the songs were original.
You're
So
right.
when that thing became really entrenched, people were writing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what was so unique about Lovers Rock. So there were very few cover versions,
that's right.
as opposed to
Absolutely.
what's going on now in,
Yeah.
in reggae, and there are very few cover versions. All the artists that I can think of, whether it was from Kofi later on to Matumbi to whoever, were all writing.
Yes.
And I didn't really pick up on that until much later on, when the band disbanded and I was doing my own thing and doing my doing my solo career and writing all my own songs. But when I look back and when I hear, if I were to tune into a radio station and hear a DJ playing Lovers Rock songs, if he or she plays 10 Lovers Rock songs, they were all original songs.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, composed, written by whoever, but it wasn't a cover version. It was original song, and that was the uniqueness about Lovers Rock. And another thing about Lovers Rock, it was basically, to me, it was a softer sound.
Yes.
So it was a UK sound, and basically for me, we were just basically emulating our Jamaican peers. And as we know, reggae music was pioneered from Jamaica.
Yes.
And it's our way of celebrating and wanting to be, wanting to sound and be as much as we could,
Yes.
listening to our Jamaican peers. But it's also in terms of honoring them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But what came out of that was Lovers Rock, which is a softer sound. It's a romantic sound.
It certainly is.
And I don't know if it's because the climate, things are slower. You know what I mean? The winter, you cuddle up, you're cool. So I don't know, but I mean that's what came from Lovers Rock, because it was a much more sentimental vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamaica's more like sort of like up tempo,
Yeah.
more slightly more hard hitting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But us is like cozy, slow. I mean, one of the things that I still look back on. I mean, I speak to my wife even now. I said, I don't understand. I accept it. I've come to accept it, but I still don't get why some of those Investigator songs were hits, because they were so bloody slow. You know what I mean? But that was part of the whole attraction of it.
Yeah, back in the day, the slower the better, and the longer the record, the better. I remember you'd have
Strange,
and then it would go into the dub. You know what I mean? And if you were dancing with someone and it was a good dance, you're like, yeah, man, let's do this. And if it was
but Jules, our records were particularly slow, especially those early records. How could I let you get away? It's like it's like listen to a record and it's like slightly in a coma. It's weird.
No. It's called dancing at 0 miles per hour, because you're not moving. So come on, let's do this. Let it be slow. It's fine, because that's what everyone was on. Everything now is kind of a little bit hurried. It's a little bit wham bam, thank you, mum. There's no love. The lyrics are slack. There's. I'm not knocking it, because
I hear it. I hear you.
Do you know what I mean? But that to me. And people were much more together back then, because you know what, music, well, you tell me, I'm here to learn from you, but music is like what groups people, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
back in the day, you were soul head or you was into your reggae. Simple as in school. Yeah.
But music in general, collectively, was a notice board. You know what I mean? So it's like, even now, I mean, especially now, I mean, back then, when sort of like community radio, because I hate to use the term pirate. I'm just like, there's nobody pirating nothing. You know what I mean?
No. Exactly.
So it's like, but even before that, you had sound systems.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So you had you had the juggernauts, like your Jashaka or your Cox and whatever. But then you had smaller sound systems like Lord David.
Right.
And you had I Spy sound. Now, I Spy sound was a Battersea sound, still is.
Yeah.
And that was a softer side in terms of like what they would play. So they would play our music.
Yeah.
When I say our music, I mean Lovers Rock.
Yeah.
And then because that's where I partly grew up. So when I made my first couple of tunes, I'd take it to I Spy, who, was alive then, and I played he would play my songs.
Yeah.
Where another sound system like Cox and whatever wouldn't play my songs because it wasn't roots. And I understand that. But I Spy, we used to call I Spy the comfort sound. Yeah. And then the other unique thing about Lovers Rock is this lockdown dancing thing. And you dance with your girl. And it's like, I never saw that in Jamaica. So even as a youth growing up in Jamaica, when people you dance, I see older people dancing and they'll dance and kind of sway.
Yeah.
When they come over to England, I see people are lockdown, it's like, and then you're looking at the midriff section and not move. And then, so I came up with a term like, it was like, it's like the man and woman look like lizard. So I don't know if you know that, Claudia. Back home, when I was growing up, you see two lizards doing their thing, yeah? You see two lizards that fornicate. See? So they're going to use the fornication, yeah? But they would be locked like that and they're not moving, yeah? But they're my dugu. So that's what it reminded me of, yeah? So like when I saw people... And I'm doing that to this day. Dugu. Yeah. So this lockdown thing. So that's another thing about Lovers Rock. Lovers Rock is a sexy music,
Tell them, Michael.
And so even though I decided earlier that I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take credit for people's babies and all that. But then again, I've just contradicted myself because that's what it did.
It's too late. It's too late for you to deny.
That's what it did. So Lovers Rock is it's a unique era. That's why I had to stop you and say, when, Lovers Rock is not being made now. Reggae love songs are being made, but Lovers Rock is so unique in so many different ways.
I know.
And it's a UK phenomenon. And it's stood the test of time. It's perennial. It's flowing through all seasons, all ages. And you've got youngsters who are still like wow, yeah, or catching on and playing catch up. So
the thing is, Michael, I could feel your passion through the airways. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm gonna play. I'm sure that you're funny. Well, I'm gonna play I'm gonna play a song and we'll come back to this conversation. Love it. All right, let's go. I'm gonna play one of your. Would you want to play one of your newer ones rather than the ones back? All right,
sweetheart, you can do whatever the hell you like.
Let me mix and blend. Right, listen to this one. Right, listen to this one. Thinking about your love. I love this. Listen. This was on the advert, but they only got the intro. I'm gonna give them the whole thing, yeah? So long. Let me know how we're sounding.
This is not the way it was supposed to be. I have no script to follow in front of me. Oh no, this is not the movies. A woman, this is real life. No, this ain't no fantasy. For you're an angel in disguise. Be mine. And all I do is think about your love. Yes, all I do is dream about your touch.
Beautiful.
But in no time soon, I'm gonna feel your arms around me. I'm your walking fool, and I'm giving you far too much wanting to be with.
I can hear. Is that Coral in the back? I can hear her though.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're the one boo.
Unless you're gonna start singing.
She can hear you in the back.
I'm gonna ask you to do an a cappella.
What it is? I can't remember.
Whichever one you want, Michael. We want to hear
If we do
your
that, I've got to do one. I remember that.
hear
So
your
many
voice
songs.
raw.
So yeah. Oh my God.
Take your pick.
Neon rainbow beauty, she gives me butterflies. She put that spell on me through the windows of her eyes. I'm all alone, trapped inside my speech. I try to speak, but all I can do is scream. Oh yes. Time and time.
Hey, Taxman, we see you.
They call you.
He's crubbing.
Lizard luck.
You know, you must know Taxman.
Said I'm wanting to be with you. You know that this is so true. Yes, you're the one. Got me your bone only.
Dogo, dogo.
You like that one, yeah?
Yes, all I do is dream about your touch. Such a
Mandy's asking for a cappella of
times
Love Is What You Make It, please, Michael.
around me. Yes, I'm
You're laughing. You're supposed to say yes or no.
giving you.
In fact, you're supposed to say yeah.
Listen, I'm so tired. I'm half cut. I've been waiting so long to do this interview, so I've like poured myself a couple.
Yeah, you
So
should
we'll
have a
see,
sip,
yeah?
Have a sip, have a sip.
It's been a lot. I've been on the studio all night. I'm knackered.
Soon done.
No, but it's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
And I'm giving you
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, listen, I'm going to ask you a question. It's probably a silly question because you got such a wide catalogue, but I'm going to ask you anyway, right? If you have more than one child, you will not necessarily have a favourite child because it's not the done thing. All
Absolutely.
this music is all your babies, yeah? All right. But is there a handful that you can turn around and say, when I was writing this and when I was performing this or when I was putting this together, this is the one that really touched me the most, or the one that has brought me the most in terms of attention to what you're doing, or it helped to break you into music? Is there anything that stands out from your wide catalogue that means something to you? And if there is, what song is it and why, please?
It's really difficult. That's really difficult. And there are a few. But I think the one that really sort of, how can I put it? I would say Woman I Need You Loving from the Investigators. Because that was the last song that we did. And that was a song that sort of like, in terms of like simplistic lyrics.
Yeah.
Even though when I listen back to it, it's not as simplistic as I thought it was, because it actually tells a story.
Right.
But the simplicity of the lyrics and that, in terms of like putting it together, the chord structure, the arrangement, considering that I actually don't write, I don't read music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems, or it would appear that I've been given a sixth sense, so I can actually formulate a song in my head, which is like beginning, middle, and an end. I can put a bridge in it. I can go to a musician with the fundamentals, but clearly knowing what I want, because I work from bass lines.
Yeah.
So I can have a bass line in my head. I can hum it. Well, these days I hum it on the phone and I work off bass lines, and I'd find that I'd work with a bass line.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lyric would come. It's never the other way around.
Oh, wow.
So it's a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So I hear a vibe, you know what I mean? I could hear someone else's song.
Yeah.
I think I like that melody. So I'd nick it. And then if it's grabbing me that much, I'd nick it and then just completely switch it up, make it my own.
Yeah. Wow.
I've got that ability. So the song that did all of that. So I wrote Woman I Need Your Loving literally in like 15 minutes.
No way.
And the concept that I had in my head is the same concept that I took in the studio.
Yeah.
And that's the only song that I can think of that 98% of what I was thinking is what's actually on that record.
On record.
It's never happened before nor since.
Wow.
If you listen to the breakdown, there's a little breakdown. And I wanted that little rock thing going on in there, but I didn't want it to be too conspicuous, if you like.
Yeah.
But just that flavor. And I
Right.
just wanted that at that point. All of those little nuances and those little things were in my head when I wrote that song. And when I took it in the studio, I mean, the only thing that I didn't actually think of was there's a rhythm lead guitar playing in there. And that was done by what's his name? But it's Chris Lane's brother, younger brother. Great guitarist, Caucasian guy. And he was hanging around with Spy Austin, who was our second bass player at the time. And Spy brought him in and he played that riff. And that's just an amazing. He did literally in one take.
Wow.
But to me, to do that riff, I mean, even then I knew that there's something special going on. But he did that. He didn't miss a note. And I thought, wow. That's the only thing that I didn't actually think of. Because when I heard him play, I thought, yes, I want that.
Yeah.
So, but everything else, more or less, is what I heard.
Wow.
Oh, the woman I need your love. Oh, the breakdown.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that was a song that really sort of like, even though there was a few years before where I, wrote and co-wrote the Investigators material. That one was just my own.
Yeah.
Love Is What You Make It was kind of like mixed. Baby I'm Yours, I did sort of like 98% of that.
Right.
But that one was purely my own.
Right. Wow.
And it was the last song that we did. Wow. And that was a song that entered the national charts. And we entered at number 67 in the top of the pops. Did
DJ Elayne present that one? Did she present that episode?
But you had to go in at number 52 or 55 really? To appear.
Wow.
And we just missed out. You
still ain't done too bad anyway.
But it's one of our biggest hits. So I think Baby I'm Yours is our biggest hit. But not think Baby I'm Yours is.
Yeah.
Then I think it's Love Is What You Make It.
Yeah. Which
came before. Then it's kind of like Woman Age Loving and Turn Out the Lights, and then Woman Age Loving. So how much was that? Is that 4 or 5?
4 or 5. I think so.
There's about 4 or 5 songs there that really set us up, really, and then there's Summertime Blues. So there's 5 or 6 songs that made the nucleus of the Investigators catalog, and then other tracks just kind of like filled in.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Listen, you've done a few collaborations as well, haven't you? I've got one with Trevor Walters and Winston Reedy.
Yes.
Who had a birthday a couple of days ago, I do believe. Should I drop that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one because it's got like a couple of songs on there, hasn't it? Let's do that.
Ooh, hey,
Thank you.
Turn up the light.
We can hear you, Michael. Yeah.
Let's be lovers tonight. The time is right. Oh, the moon and the stars are shining bright. Yes, they're shining so bright. I've got love in me. It's plain for you to see. You've got love in you, but I don't think it's really true.
Michael,
Won't you say you'll be mine until the end of time? And I'm never gonna let you. I'm never gonna let you. I can't let you go. Tell me what you think of me.
me,
Yeah,
baby.
one of my favorite. One of my favorites. Yeah,
Ooh, you
and even to this day,
Ah, ah.
it's just lovely to sing it on stage. It's just, and at the time when recording the original, you know, some 40 odd years later, you never think to yourself that it would make such a great stage,
Yeah.
you know, song in terms of performing it.
I
So
don't know
those
why you
songs,
wouldn't think so, but yeah, it was evident
well, you
to
wouldn't
everybody
really,
else.
unless you're some way, you know what I mean? It's like, wow.
They're loving it. Look at the love in the room. I'm trying to load them all. I've got to do it one by one. You know, I've got a finger ache here. I tell you, I've got to load on every single comment one by one. But I don't mind. You need to see the love in the room for both you and Elayne tonight. Listen, I'm gonna actually drop the track here. But what it is, I love the fact that you did your impromptu because they've actually written that in there. You're just feeling it and you're vibing, and I love it.
In what? What that word? The in what?
Impromptu mean when it's not planned. You just come in and just, you know.
I know what it means, Claude. I'm just messing about it.
Too funny. I'm going to play the track, but if you sing it, it's out of tune because it's got a slight time delay. That's why I stopped the music and let you do. Yeah, because what it is, when I'm talking to you, it takes a second to go through the internet, innit, and then come to you. It's just a minuscule of a second. So you will be. That's
a nice word. A minuscule of a second. I'm not technically minded with these things. So I'm too old.
So you and me both, right? But
no,
anyway,
I'm older. Trust me.
Probably about 2 years. But you honestly, you I forgot what I was going to say. Let me stop talking. Listen, I'm going to drop the track, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I love the arrangements on this.
Turn up the light. Let's be lovers tonight. The time is right. Oh, the moon and the stars are shining bright.
Oh, yes, they're shining bright.
I got love in me. It's plain for you to see. You got love in you, but I don't think it's really true. Won't you say you'll be mine until the end of time? Then I'm never gonna let you. I'm never gonna let you. I can't let you go tonight. So tell me what you think of me, baby. Ooh, tell me what you think of me, baby. Then I know what to do. Tell me what you think.
They love you, Michael. Audrey. Yeah.
In your eyes, girl, I love you. I love you. I love you. Paradise.
Kazi.
Is in your eyes, girl, I love you. 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 You got life in your loving eyes. You're so beautiful to me. When I look at you, I'm in heaven. I wanna spend my life with you.
I'm going to get you back on, Michael, but you're going to have a mic in front of you and some speakers, and you're going to sing, because I know you're itching to sing.
No, I'm not.
Lie.
most angelic voice ever to come out of the UK.
But it seems to me you cannot see. I'm choking up inside. I don't want this love to fade and die. Baby, let's give it one more try.
Get them on earth.
One more try. Let's give it one more try. Whoa, baby, let's give it one more try. One more try. Let's give it one more try.
We had to drop that one to the paper. No
Same.
compromise. No compromise. Oh my actual gosh. All right. So sorry, I just can't even believe it's happening. Oh my day, my
You sound
childhood
like
dream.
12 years old. You sound like you're about 12 years old, there, Claude.
I feel
Oh my
12.
actual God.
Oh my actual God. Honestly, no, I don't. All right. So who was you listening to when you were 16?
Wow. I don't really think I was listening to anybody as such.
Well, I know who I was
It
listening
was
to.
like I was listening to just a variety of people.
I bet you were.
You know what I mean?
But I know who I was listening to. I was listening to you. I was listening to
Okay.
Audrey Scott. I
Wow.
was listening to Leroy Wilson, Nevada. They're
Yeah.
all in the room tonight.
Yeah.
I
Right.
was watching DJ Elayne. I was aspiring to her. She's in the room tonight. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You guys
Yeah.
are just amazing. You know what's even more amazing? None of you are divas. None of you are unapproachable. None of you are full of yourself. You're all just so warm and don't even let me get my tissues out here. Honestly, it's such a beautiful evening because I feel like I've known you for a long time, and this is the first time we've actually spoken mouth to mouth. Yes,
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
inbox, but not spoken to you. Never physically met you.
There are no airs or graces here.
You
It's
know
just
what I
like,
mean?
you know
It's
what I mean?
just
We're
it's just amazing, and I think actually a lot of people can learn a lot of things from you guys because you guys are not walking around like you own the place. You're not walking around like you've arrived. But you have arrived. You arrived a long time ago, and you're still arriving. Do you understand what I'm saying? Performing at the O2 in front of thousands of people. Do you know what I mean? All over the internet, your views are up in the sky, but yet you sit here in my front room with me. It's just amazing, honestly, and I really wish that everybody would just take everything down. Like it's what DJ Elayne said. She said that how she keeps going is because she just wants to have fun. That's all I want to do. And all I want
Well,
to do is, you know what I
it's
mean? And
it's interesting you should say that because it's like okay, when I first started out, and then kept being told time and time again that you've got a voice, you can do this, and then you get this mindset where you start to believe. You believe that you start to believe that, and then you take it to another stage where you start to think of career.
Yes.
And you start to think of fame and all what comes with fame and money and all of that and and depending on your makeup, on your background, and you know your values, you can either go one of two ways. So you can either go with that, run with that, and be crazy, or you can just be humble without even realizing that you're humble because your upbringing. You hear your dad's a voice in your head, or my aunt Hazel, who is my dad's sister, who partly raised me in my head, and those core values in terms of like respect, believing in yourself and just having manners, looking up to your elders, those values stay with certain people, and they stayed with me. So I was never about, feeling that, okay, because I can sing or because I'm getting a certain amount of attention or whatever, then that's going to like make me become, like, for want of a better word, a diva, as you said. That was never in my makeup.
No, we
I
can
was
see
never in
that,
my makeup.
therefore.
And
Good. Oh,
so, and then when you realize like that now, you come full circle. So you did all of that, and then you get this thing where I started making records, and people actually said, you actually hear your records on the radio and stuff like that. And then you go on stage, and I remember the first time I went on stage, I literally pooed myself without pooing myself.
oh,
Literally.
okay.
I mean, it's linked.
Wow.
It was so daunting. It was the most excruciating thing.
Yeah.
That first performance, we did this at Clouds in Brixton, and back
Right.
in those days, you used to go on stage and you used to do a mini set. So you used to do a set for about half an hour,
Yeah.
and then you have a break, and then you go on and do another half an hour. You break it up like that. And so this is a gig. This is my first gig. No payment. This is all about trying to exposure.
Yeah, yeah.
Promotion. And I remember I was in the loo, and I felt like my stomach growling. And I was in the loo, and nothing happened. It's just that it's just nerves. And I remember my manager coming in and saying to me, because he knew I was in, he said, "Yeah, guy, you need to come out the toilet because you have to do this. Because if you don't do this, you'll never do it." And I said, his name was Derek Harris, wonderful human being, who was also, who became my mentor, he was my manager, our manager. I said, "Derek, I can't do it." And he goes, "You're going to do it." He goes, "You're going to do it." I said, "Derek, I can't." How? You know what I mean? So weeks leading up to this thing, I was like trying to build up myself to this. I'm going to do, and I spent many nights just fretting. But when it actually came to it, right? If he wasn't there, there's no way I'd have gone on that stage.
Oh, bless you.
So he actually came in, got me out the loo. Nothing happened, and he came with a stiff brandy, and he goes, "Look, guy, if you don't do this now, you ain't gonna do this again, and I know you can do it." And he says, "Just swig it down, down."
So before, sorry, I'm cutting you. Sorry. Naughty Claude.
Yeah, he said, "Swig it down, go on stage." So I was sweating buckets. I was literally, it looked like I was crying, but I wasn't. It's I remember it. Yeah, I was sweating.
Yeah.
And that's just to show you anxiety and nerves can ruin your evening. Anyway, I remember going on stage, yeah, and I remember I was singing up like this. I couldn't look at whoever was there, and it was just all black heads. So I was singing, but I was singing up away from the mic, so people could hear me, but they couldn't hear me. So when we did that first, I don't think it was quite half an hour. I think we did about 20 minutes. I came on stage, and then it's like they said to me, "You lot sound good, but we can't hear the singer. The singer needs the singing of the mic." So that was it. So when we went back on, I was like, "Okay, I've done this now. I've done the first half." So and everybody was, and you have to understand, yeah, that's why I was leaving this bit out, yeah. Them days, black people did not respond. So you don't know if you were crap or if you were good. It's only when I came up the stage, people said, "Yeah, I'm sound good enough." But nobody clapped, nobody showed any enthusiasm or nothing. You don't know.
No way.
Absolutely, seriously, right? So you're there, you do your tunes. I think we've done about 12 tunes altogether. There's a lot of songs, all cover versions.
So
we had no original songs.
Didn't you have a host that could have encouraged that then?
No, this is very primal back then. Yeah.
Okay.
This was the beginning stages there, and we came off the first session and a couple of people said, "My song good, you know." And then I'm thinking to myself, I was like, "Well, are you telling me that?" But like when I'm up there, you ain't done nothing. You know what I mean? And I went back and did the second half, and it was more or less the same. But we came off to all this sort of like, you know what I mean, adulation and like respect to it, but they showed none of that while we were up there. Wow. Not even I can't remember anyone that ever doing that.
Wow.
So those are those are the early stages. Yeah.
And you still.
And then after I did that, it was like, you know what? Shit, I can do this.
You got someone from America just joined you. Have you heard of Kenya Soul Singer? She's in the room. She's all the way from the USA watching you. She's
okay. Wow. Hi.
She said, "Oh yeah, Kenya. Welcome to you, Kenya." She's been on the platform as well. Listen, you've got an amazing personality, I got to say. But you wanted me to play some specific tracks, didn't you, as well? So, did you want me to select them in any particular order, or do you want to?
No, just
No,
go with the flow.
right?
It's like
No,
because the
that's
reason
fine.
why I wanted you to do that is because obviously we're talking about from my background, from a lover's rock stance,
Of course.
and up and in recent times I do other stuff,
Other things.
social comment,
Absolutely.
talking about life, you know,
Well, you've got
racism,
some meaningful tracks here.
I mean, so and economic climate and what have you. So until recent times, a lot of people don't really know that side of me
Yeah.
because they just see me. It's funny you should ask me that because it's like up until say 10 years ago or so, give or take, yeah. It's like maybe a bit longer. It's like I put a song out,
Right.
and then people would say to me, which really used to really piss me off, it don't sound like Investigators. Why isn't this going to sound like Investigators? You know what I mean? Artists come from bands or whatever, lead singers, you evolve. I'm a writer, I'm a performer, I'm evolving.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm looking at the world differently, from when I was a teenager to, you know what I'm saying, a grown man or whatever. And I never used to get, I never understood that.
No.
Whereas if you talked about, if you look at the pop world or the rock world, lead singer of a band would leave and go on and evolve differently.
Exactly.
And that would be accepted. But I think
Michael Jackson's a prime
in
example.
the black world or in the reggae world, it's a different mindset.
Yeah.
And I think that's changed a lot over the last few years. But then there was a time when it was like, we're set in our ways, and that's why we keep regurgitating that we come back to the old stuff. Yeah. And I understand that because that's, that's what you hang on to and you cling to.
You've
But
done so much. You've got such a broad,
we have to move with times, and we have to change. You have to understand that artists change, and so you grow differently, different life experiences or whatever. So
I was going to say you could do a concert by yourself. Your catalogue's that wide and broad, so we don't need to be just sticking on the same, 4 or 5 from the Investigators at all. So this one's called Black Lives Matter. Do you want to introduce that one, or do you want to just play it?
Let's play the thing on top.
Let's go. You make me laugh.
Them trigger happy, said them a try to kill me out. Yes, them trigger happy. Black people, can you hear me now? We demand human rights, we cry out for justice. Government law enforcement, you can't be trusted. Drawing your guns with your bayonets, but now you're busted. Retaliation shot my nation in. Them trigger happy.
They asked for a pull-up on this one. Sparkle, this one's yours. We can hear you speaking though.
Can you hear me now? We demand human rights, we cry out for government law enforcement, you can't be drawing your guns with your bayonets, but now you're busted. Retaliation shot my nation in response for your killings. Our Black Lives Matter. Look at my brother's blood you splattered. Demean and disrespect our system.
Go on, Michael. It's one or the other. We can't have both, all right? I'm gonna let you do it a cappella after this.
No.
I know you.
I
want
can't.
What do you mean can't? You're doing it anyway.
I can't remember the words when I'm half cut.
Stop it. Of course you can.
Look at these cowards brandishing weapons.
But it's got a serious message behind this one, I've got to say.
Got no power, it's just an illusion. Black Lives Matter. blood you splatter. Demean and disrespect our sisters. To our children, they are mothers. Our black lives matter. Your hate, your bigotry, we will shatter. You think that slavery is still there, yeah? Mad intolerance is now my master.
Go straight into this one called London Town. Michael Gordon on the vocals of this one.
Got my opinion and my religion too.
I'd like to come to a point of
Got my head in the clouds. A lifetime of regret and scary doubts.
We can hear you, you know, Michael. Michael, we can hear you there. Yeah, every word. Yes, funny.
I've been careful.
You'll be very careful.
The tissues. So
you're funny.
Here's a way. Hoping to survive indecisions and strain. In London town, so many faces wear a frown. Winter weather leaves me cold.
I'm gonna give them one they can sing to afterwards, or at least bounce to. You got a bit of a twist on it, yeah?
In London town, where nobody wants to play, you may find it hard to smile. It's better to be thankful that you woke up today, dreaming about sunshine.
Roderick is saying, what great words and beats UK talent has.
Mama, I miss her so. Mother passed away when I was far away from home. Hey, I adore my babies. They give me hope. Warm extensions of the family.
Only because I know the time's running away with us. I'm going to drop this one. It's called Sentence. I'm going to ask you if you guys know the track that this is on, yeah? If you do, write it in the room for me, yeah? Michael Gordon at his best. Listen to this one.
Blaze a fire with the truth. On the blood of my ancestors you strived.
Marcus saying brap.
Your ears, they never lost their stride.
Oh,
now we're here as living proof, staring in your eyes.
We see you, Elayne.
And undignified, we enjoyed your lies. Yeah.
Beautiful energy in the room for you tonight.
Bad news for you. Right about now, I truly wouldn't want to be. I'm celebrating in the knowledge of your pending fate. Thought that you had got away, but now it's judgment days. It's time to sentence you. Sentence you.
I see you, Gareth.
My God, the mother sentence you. Jack, gonna make sure that you pay your dues. Yeah, oh yes, it's time to sentence you. For more than 400 years, they trade, they brought and sold. Yeah, heinous debauchery as the history.
You know this, Jennifer.
Yet they could never destroy our souls. No. Almighty God is our salvation, our light and sweet redemption. It's time to sentence you. Sentence you, you. My God, the master sentence you. You're gonna make sure that you pay your dues. Oh yes, it's time to sentence you for all the ugly things you do.
I've been seeing all the love in the room for you tonight. They stayed up late to meet you. Let love reign. Triple C. We see you. Of groundbreaking.
I know the devil is your friend.
Blackout Music Awards.
It's time for you to meet
my new sponsor. Honor and respect.
In your face I see despair. Shaking hands reveal your fear. You got a one-way ticket to your destination. I got me some good news for you.
Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. I'm going to ask you one or two questions, but I'm going to just drop this next track before I do so. I love the way you've rearranged this one. Turn out the lights. Michael Gordon, the original is from The Investigators, and this arrangement is from Michael himself. Love it. I would like to see your feedback in the room, and if you love it, I want to see some fire signs, all right? Turn out the lights. Pure fire. Leroy still in the room, you know. Love it. Your brother from another mother, no doubt.
Big up, sir. Big up.
Turn out the lights. Let's be lovers tonight.
Ciao. Gotta do it again. Why am I wearing nails? I'm trying to wheel. It's not working, is it? Patricia, we see you. This song is 5 minutes long, you know, and some. Should we give them all of it, Michael?
No. I give them leave them wanting more.
Let's be lovers tonight. The time is right. The moon and the stars, they shine so bright. Shining so bright. And I've got love in me. It's plain for you to see. You've got love in me.
We can hear you, Coral, though, darling.
Can't find me true. Won't you say you'll be mine until the end of a time? And I'm never gonna let you. I'm never gonna let you. I can't let you go tonight. Tell me what you think of me, baby. What I'm feeling is true. Tell me what you think.
I see you, Andy. I see you, Andrea. I see you, Joanne.
Then I know what
Morris.
Tell me what you think of me, baby.
Ladrick.
So much love with you.
Tasha. No, you can't speak, Coral, darling. Coral. It can't work.
It's not me. I thought she was professional.
So pictured in my mind.
You got detention.
Just can't get a start, Kenny.
So give me the right.
You're supposed to be my manager, or you're supposed to know better than that.
Give me the right to tell the world you're mine. Tell me that you're mine. And I've got love in me. It's plain for you to see. You've got love in you. But I don't think it's really true. Won't you say you'll be mine until the end of a time? Then I'm never
never gonna let you. I'm never gonna let you. I can't let you go home tonight. Tell me what.
All right then.
Come
We're
along.
gonna play this one, then we're gonna have a little bit of a chat, and then we're gonna wrap it up. All right. I know you must be tired
I love it
and hungry.
when we move, when we groove, and we touch. I'm in heaven. You're the one that floats me away. When we dance, I'm enhanced in a trance. My heart, it's pounding. You're the one that makes me see a clear and brighter day.
Track's entitled Love Situation.
God, it's a love situation. You're my foxy lady, and you tell me I'm your man. Yes, and you give me sweet confirmation. When I look into your eyes, no greater love I'll ever find. Simplest.
What's Michael though?
I make wife feel nice, you know.
Oh yeah, I've got to congratulate you on something, can I?
Yeah, we're still in the honeymoon period,
I bet you are.
and it will last forever.
Is that why you're chuckling like a kid?
Yeah,
So
she
cute.
keeps me jiggy, y'all.
Pour some wine, Miss Divine.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to seduce you. What we are about to do will be frantic. Yeah, my foxy lady, and you tell me I'm the man. Yes, and you, baby, lady. Yes. When I look into your eyes, no greater love I'll ever find. You're simply sublime.
They're asking you what's in your glass, Michael. They're asking what you're drinking.
I'm going to tell them, Mount Gear rum,
No time. This lovers rock so
bit from
I
Barbados.
want what he's having.
Mount Gear rum mixed with ginger ale. With nice around here on a Friday night.
I'm in a sexy mood. Just
Beautiful
the
rum.
sound of your voice leaves me feeling rude.
Elayne Smith is saying Michael Gordon, the Frank Sinatra of reggae.
And you
Checks in the
tell me
post,
I'm
darling.
Fantastic.
Give me some
Mandy's cracking up.
information. When I look into your eyes, no greater love I'll ever find.
Oh my gosh, this is just so lovely. Oh my gosh, Michael, I don't even know what to say to you. There's respect to the interview. We're just vibing. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. But I tell you what, though, you can be. They can find out about you, can't they? If they want to read up about you, do you know what I mean? Because we're getting to know you. This is more like an introduction to the person. You got a beautiful humour. You're very approachable. I love it. I absolutely love it. Because I'm sure that over the, you can read a bio and reel off the same. Oh, how did you start? And oh yeah, what's your inspiration? Oh, who inspired you? And it's a bit monotonous, isn't it? So sometimes
Yeah.
you vibe it. I've got so many notes. I was so scared to interview you. Right? I wrote look, I don't normally have paper. One, well, I got 2, 3.
And it's
I got 4. And I ain't read
it's that
one of it.
monotony that scares me sometimes, because it's like I'm just repeating the
same things for
man.
40.
So you've made it very interesting, actually, in terms of the way you've come across.
you.
So I mean, if the person interviewing you is amiable and articulate and put the right questions, then that brings out my personality. So
Well,
it works both ways.
that.
It works both ways. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, Mike. It means a lot to me because, like I said, I was really, really nervous because, you know, I'm sure you would have been interviewed so many times, and I just wanted to get it right, but not bore you. And like I said, I prepared. I always prepare. Most time it's a mental preparedness, but
True.
for somebody like you, I was like, and for DJ Lane, I didn't want it to be that I get nervous and I lose my way because I'm not overconfident like that. But having met you, just in the first 2 minutes, let's fling the paper one side.
You done yourself proud, darling. You done yourself proud.
And you,
Yeah.
and you.
And listen, and to be fair, to counter that, doing interviews is not my biggest strong point.
You wouldn't have thought
Trust
so.
me.
You're
It's
natural.
not, well, but
You're
it's not.
absolute natural.
It's
And
not. I'm always like, am I going to say the right things, or am I going to come across as thick? Or it's not a strong point. So we've all
no,
got our,
I know yeah.
as chorus, we've all got our foibles. But I mean, it's about, for me, it's just about keeping it real. And you know
No,
what I mean?
and you have.
There are no airs and graces about me. What you see is
No,
what you get. I
yeah,
keep it as real as I can. And at the end of the day, we're just people. We're just human. You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah.
you know
I
what I mean?
love it.
Trust me, I get nervous going on stage every time.
Really.
That
So
never goes away.
what's your
I mean,
ritual then? What's your ritual? So you're gonna perform at the O2, right? So then how do you jump out of that? Because when it's your cue to go, you just have to do
yeah.
it. So what's your
There
ritual to say, right, bang, I'm ready? What you do? What you have
there
to do?
isn't one. There isn't
Okay,
one at all. Over there,
right.
there isn't one. It's just that. So you have these little butterflies or whatever. You know what I mean? Because you just want it to go right. But just once you get onto the stage, then it's just everything. Just like all of that just goes. I
Yeah,
can't explain it
yeah,
more than that. It's just weird. You know what I mean? So it's just the
yeah.
build up. So if I'm going to do a show, even if I'm going to do 2 songs or 20 songs, it's the same vibe. It's the same feeling. It's just about,
Mm,
and I think the only thing I can draw on is that because I think over the years, I've always considered black audiences to be the hardest audiences to please,
I hear you. Totally hear you.
and so, that's changed a lot,
Yeah,
where, black audience, the black audience is more, you know what I
receptive
mean?
now.
You know what I mean? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
receptive. Um, and yeah, it's just been hard dealing with that.
No, I hear
And
you,
so,
and I think you've done well.
I think I just think it's a good thing to have in a sense, as
Mm,
weird as that might sound, because I think if the day comes where you just think that, yeah, I'm going to just go do this. It's just another gig.
yeah.
Maybe it's just time to just leave it alone. But I'm so passionate about the thing. I love it. I just want to give my best every day. You're only as good as your last gig.
No, I totally hear you. I
That's
really,
how I
really
look at
totally
it.
hear you.
You're only as good as your last gig. Because if you go out there and you bum,
That's
people
what
don't
people
go remember the
remember.
one you did before that was good. That's how people are.
A
It's
good
just
example of that was Jill Scott. I went to her concert before last when she was in London, and I don't know who her managers were, but they switched everything up to a rock kind of feel, and people were
word.
walking. Yeah, and people started walking out. I was listening to the song. It went till I reached to the chorus. I knew what they were singing. It was a craziness, and so it kind of she came over. She was over this week, and I don't know if she's finished her tour or not, because I'm not really following at the moment. But a lot of people abstained because of the last one. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of people went, and then
Word.
they did reviews, and then you can see she's actually got it back right again. Do you know what I mean? I think she's trying to switch it up for a European audience. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't right, and that's what I remembered. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
So
but your legacy is your legacy. You
yeah,
can't. You know what I mean? You can't drive people away from that. I mean,
I hear
I
you.
mean, I can't go on stage and sing "Turn Out the Lights and Love Us or You Make It" and totally switch it up into something else.
No,
It's
no, not at
pointless.
all.
I don't get that, but each
No,
their own.
me neither.
Yeah.
Got Little Minty's just joined us. He's another
Right.
DJ. He's actually supported in one of my shows before. All right, so
Right.
I'm going to play this one, and it's your a single that's going to be released soon, right? Do you
All
have a
right.
date for it or anything like that, or do you want to speak
I
any
think
more about
yeah,
it?
we've got a date for it yesterday. I think it's the 10th of August.
All right, so
Yeah.
it's not even released yet, but it's called
Yeah.
"Lift Your Head Up
The
with a
response on this
Smile."
one has been phenomenal. It's just it's just different vibe and
I know
yeah.
why. Let's get some love in the room. Anybody who's just joined us, welcome. Marcia K. Ellis is from my school. Nice to see you. Nice to see each and every one of you. And I'm going to play the next track. It's called "Lift Your Head Up." Sorry, "Lift Your Head with a Smile." Yeah.
Lift up your head. Lift up your head with that smile.
Lift up your head with a smile. Yes.
Lift
love
up
it.
your head with that
Lift up-
smile.
I hope all of you are taking instructions from Michael. He's saying lift up your head with a smile. Okay. It's been released on when?
The
August
10th of
3rd?
August.
The
10th of
August.
next
So
month, yeah.
Look out for that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
With the bass. With the bass.
Too much bass. Let me take some
No, I
bass.
said no, not too much.
Oh.
No. I'm just saying you can
Okay.
hear the bass.
Rise
That's what I
up
wanted.
early this morning and was elated to see Mother Nature, she's dawning, and I'm giving thanks for the air that I breathe. Man must have faith. Yes, it's never too late. You'll get your break. Just be thankful for living. Oh, lift up your head with a smile. It's not so hard. You gotta try, try, try. Love up the woman, kiss your man.
I'm gonna copy you.
Nurture the children with loving open arms. Lift up your head with a smile. It's not so hard, man, you gotta try, try, try. Love up the woman, kiss your man. Nurture the children with loving open arms. To my name, I don't possess 1 cent. Cannot envisage paying my rent. I need a roof over my head. Food, clothes, and utilities, basic necessities, I can comprehend. But I got me faith. I know it's never too late. Gotta get me a break. Grandma, she taught me how to pray every day. So with a smile, it's not so hard. It's not so hard. Try, try, try. Man, you gotta try. Hey. Nurture the children with loving open arms. Ooh. Yeah, yeah.
I want to see some more fire and some more feedback in the background for this one. Michael's vibing.
Dancing so strong and proud. Don't just stop the boogie, no way, no how.
Said no, sir, this one's sweet me.
You come back and now. It's not so hard. Every man, child, and woman. Forget your troubles and defeat. Let's come together, showing the world that we care. Lift up your head with a smile. It's not so hard. Try, try. Man, you gotta try. The children. Yes, today, yes, today, yes, today, yes, today. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, today, yes, today, yes, today, yes, today.
Good feel factor, isn't it?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, today, yes, today, yes, today, yes, today.
Want to know what you're drinking? You want something for your drinking, this Ludwig guy.
This Mountain Gay rum. from Barbados. From my wifey.
And
my wifey introduced me to Barbados and Mount Gay rum.
I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your recent marriage.
Thank you.
I saw the pictures. I saw some of the videos of the hotel where you were staying and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And on behalf of myself and all the guests tonight, we'd like to wish you a long, fun-filled, love-filled, prosperous life together until.
Thank you, my queen.
Bless
We
you.
really appreciate
Honestly.
Mrs. Gordon said thank you.
Is she there?
Yeah, she's right here.
Come and say hello, Mrs. Gordon.
I've been at work all day, so I look a fright.
Mrs.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God, you look just as beautiful in the flesh.
No, I've been at work all day. I look a fright.
What is that what you look like at the end of the day, Michael? You're lucky.
Oh no, thank you.
Congratulations.
She's
really
beautiful.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
Lovely. Oh, honestly.
Thank you.
Can you all write congratulations in the room for Michael, please? When you find love, there's nothing like it.
Absolutely.
Nothing like it. I know it's quite
He's
late.
adorable.
I've obviously we started a bit late, so we're going over. But I know I appreciate that your lovely wife would like your company now. I know you haven't eaten and all the rest of it, so I'm going to allow that. But Michael, I'd love to have you back one day, and maybe what we can do is have some of you key guys together. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And do it again. And actually, it would be. I don't know if I could afford you, but I do a brunch. And
okay.
I'm looking for a bigger premise at the moment between myself and you. No one else can hear that, right? Looking for a bigger premise, and I'd love to stay in touch, and I'd love to have you, even if you don't want to sing, because I don't know if I could afford your prices, but it would be lovely to have you and to just build on what we started. Do you understand what I mean? Because
between you and my manager Coral, you guys hooked this up, so yeah, I'm sure you're going to be in touch. So whatever's going down, she let me know.
Listen, we got some plans, so it would be really lovely to have you. I feel like you're just like, to me, you feel like DJ Elayne. This is how me and DJ Elayne was just bouncing, and it hasn't changed. Please stay in touch. I'd honestly
absolutely
love to have you at one of our brunches alongside maybe Leroy, Audrey. Come on, Coral, let's set something. Coral, do you want to come and say hello, please, darling? Very, very hard in the background, right?
Hello.
Hey, Coral.
Hello.
Good to see you a couple of weeks ago.
Friday.
It's at the International Reggae Day. It was really, really lovely to see you.
It was really nice to see you as well.
Why are you hiding? You're hiding half your face.
Oh, I'm just lean. I'm lean. You're
leaning.
I'm leaning.
Well, this is the lady whose name's going across the bottom. For all further information and bookings, please contact Coral J Reid at info@consciouslypromotions.co.uk. You're quite welcome to steal the video thereafter to get that down, but I will tag them all in the morning anyway to the replay of this. But basically, she's the one who did the tests and all the technicals in the back and all that, setting Michael up, setting up the interview and everything, and she's done his website
and saying, "I'm tired, Claude. Claude, I'm tired."
Oh, you're tired. We're all tired.
I'm tired, Claude.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. But what I will say to you is thank you for your support. And,
no problem.
Can we see Michael again, please? Thank you so much as we go. Michael, it's been nothing short of an honour. Is he doing sign language? Is he doing sign language? He doing sign language? Is that sign language? What are you doing? You're on camera now. No, I just wanted to, honestly, I know it's late. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for nearly 5 decades of explicit music. Quality, you can hear it time and time again. It sounds as fresh as the first time. And like I said, stay in touch. Hopefully, your voice is gone. Where's your voice? Coral, I can't hear him. Coral?
Hello? Oh,
yeah. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, Coral.
Something?
I did not do anything.
Coral, it's we've given her some rum, and as usual, Do I need to say any more? Yeah, as usual. All the professionalism go out the window. I keep
It's
telling
after
mustard.
out.
She
It's
keeps.
after.
She comes to my house, Michael. Give me rum. Give me rum. I said no, Coral. No, Coral. No, I'm gonna behave this time, Mike. I'm gonna. All right then, Coral. And then look. So switch off the bloody mic.
It's after the watershed, so anything happens now. It's
No,
good.
no, 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 no. We're gonna keep it professional, but like, I'm just trying to show. This is what she's like. She begs for stuff. She begs for booze. I say no, and then I relent, and then she switches off the bloody mic.
Actually, getting home tonight. She's staying on the sofa. She's
Now we're sitting on her own, mate. Can't afford. Listen, we run out of booze with Coral.
Too funny. No, but honestly, you got Audrey cracking up here. Listen.
She even puts it in her bloody cornflakes clothes. You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of like, all the booze cabinet's gone. No, I'm putting her in the Uber home. Bye. No, not really, no.
No, you lot are lovely. Bless you. No, honestly, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. And again, congratulations on your wedding. Congratulations on your career.
Thank you, Claude. Thank you.
Congratulations on being you. And for sharing you in your true form with us tonight.
Likewise. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. You and Elayne, this is one of, obviously, I enjoy all my shows, but some are going to stay in my heart. It etched in a different way, and this is one of them. We've got Mandy Singer in the room. If you're thinking of doing any collaborations, I swear. Anyway. I wanted to play a few more of the track, but we run out of time. I did play one to start the show off. But
all right, sweetheart.
Yeah, she's my girl. So listen, I'm going to let you go because I know I have you here for another half an hour.
God bless you, Claude.
Love you. Take care.
We keep the link, yeah? God bless. Thank you.
Yeah. Take care. Thank you. Good night to everyone watching. It's been a pleasure to have you. Without you, there's no point us doing this. So
yeah, let me take this opportunity to say hi to your listeners. And thank you guys for your support, listening in. And it was a screamer. Absolutely enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm glad. We all enjoyed it as well. And to all the listeners who listen in your own time, we see you even though you can't listen now. We know because most of the views are not when we're live. It's actually afterwards. So I'll keep in touch and let you know what the figures are. So yeah. All right then. Peace and love. All right. Take care. Night to all of you. Night everybody in the room and in the studio. Good night. It's me, girl Claude, aka Miss Ouch, the Legends Edition, DJ Elayne and Michael Gordon. All right, thank you. Good night.
Word.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Night-night.